Good evening. I'm Julie Elliott, and this is WNSB News 12. We are coming to you live with breaking news regarding the ongoing case of the Lullaby Killer. Security footage taken from the Crossroads shopping mall corroborates the alibi the prime suspect, Thomas Gaynor, provided to police, and he has been released from custody. The Rocky Point Police Department warns the community that the serial killer is still at large and to remain vigilant. They are advising residents to take necessary precautions and report any suspicious activity to authorities immediately. We pull away from the television once more. Eleanor's father lays back in his chair, mouth agape, chest rising and falling with the occasional stutter when a snore rips through his body like a chainsaw. We pan over to Carol, curled up on the far end of the sofa, staring intently down at the misshapen blanket in her lap as she fiddles with a set of crochet needles. A pair of headphones sits on her ears, old country music drowning out the snoring from her husband and the teeny bop pop music that was blasting from her son's room upstairs. Next door, a smartly dressed man loosens his tie as he settles at the empty dining table in his empty house. He picks at the microwave dinner in front of him as he flips through the files he has spread out around the table. His eyes flicker to the bright pink Post-it note sat on the table next to him that he'd plucked from the fridge. A little smile draws at the corner of his lips as he rereads his daughter's note. And we cut away. The world is in slow motion. You can faintly hear the arcade machine in the background, muffled as though you're underwater. The smell of buttery popcorn and other fried food would be delectable if not for the blood dripping off the counter, souring the aroma. One drop after another, gathering in a puddle on the floor. There's a buzzing in your ear, crescendoing against your skull, and you feel saliva fill your mouth. The world slams back into motion, and you both realize bile is climbing up your throat. What do you do?
I think Eleanor just starts puking. She's never seen anything like this before. She's terrified. She's filled with snacks from the movie and with horrible Jack Daniels from her soda cup. And yeah, I think her first reaction is just, and she just throws up on the carpet in front of her. Oh my god. Oh my god, Priscilla.
I think Priscilla's just in shock at this moment and just is like looking at you, looking at your puke, looking at the blood, looking back at you.
She was fine. I just saw her like, I don't know, like an hour ago? I don't know, how long was that fucking movie?
It wasn't that long. We should call the cops.
Yeah, we should probably call somebody. She's gonna like look up. Does she see, is there a telephone? Like, do they have a telephone back here?
Or a payphone?
So you would know that if there is like a telephone, it's like behind in like the kitchen area. You have to go through a pair of like swinging doors behind the counter, but you will have to sort of navigate around Mo's body.
I mean, the phone would be in the back, right?
Yeah, but what if that person that was watching us is back there? What if whoever killed Mo is back there?
She's gonna look over to the arcade. Is Mary still in the arcade or is she gone?
Gone. You guys are the only ones around. So the front of the movie theater sort of opens out into the mall. It's dark. the lights have all been sort of turned off. You can see from what little stores you can see beyond the entrance to the movie theater. They look to all be sort of grated shut, closed up for the night.
Can I look for a flashlight? Like behind the counter?
Yeah. Give me what check would that be? Give me we'll go with a brains check to see
Oh,
if you can investigate.
I'm gonna look to Eleanor. Do you mind looking for a flashlight?
Um, yeah, sure. She will kind of, if I just tell myself it's not real, then it's not real and it's fine. And she just kind of like starts babbling to herself and walking towards the counter to look for a flashlight. Let's see. That's a 10 on the dice.
Okay. It's pretty simple. You know that most of the times they'll keep the flashlights under quite kind of in easy access in case the power does go out or something like that. Plus, they usually take the flashlights when they go in and sort of look around the movie theaters, you know, mid-movie when they make their little rounds. Very easily find a flashlight. You actually find two, one for each of you.
She's gonna hand one to Priscilla.
Awesome. All right, we can either go through those doors and look for a phone back there, or we can look for one of the payphones. I would imagine there's payphones in the mall.
You would know that there are a line of payphones outside of the mall.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like staying here is, God, it smells horrible. I think we need to get away from here. I think this had to have happened recently, maybe. She's gonna kind of give another glance down to Mo now that like her stomach has settled. She's gotten a little bit more of a grip on herself and kind of soaks in this scene. Yeah, I don't think we should stay here. I think
We gotta go.
we should probably try to move quietly.
Yeah, and maybe my dad's home, and we can call him.
Call and never get back to you.
Can I check my pager?
You don't have anything.
No, he never did.
Nothing.
Fucking asshole.
He's so fucking done for.
Yeah, well, let's hope that's not us first.
So you guys move out of the movie theater.
Yeah.
The mall is dark. Above, the moon shines through the atrium, and the dimmed recessed lights in the ceiling provide just enough ambient light through the halls, though they almost lead to darkness. It's an odd feeling. It's unsettling being here after close, like you've stepped into an alternate reality, a forbidden one where danger lurks around the corner. And it's quiet. The last few people who were lingering when you first arrived seem to have gone a while ago. The stores around you have the grates pulled down, closed with not an employee in sight, all having clocked out for the night. You know that there is a line of payphones outside the main entrance, as well as the other entrances. There's usually a couple of payphones, but you're going to have to, the movie theater's on the third floor. So you're going to have to go down the stairs or the escalator, and they go straight down. You don't really have to travel around. They're just right in front of you, right in front of the movie theater.
All right. Yeah, I think Priscilla's just gonna move straight for the escalators.
Eleanor follows.
Okay. And you guys are being quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's pretty easy. You, your ears are sort of tuned in to the noises going around the mall, and it's just so quiet. And even trying your hardest, you can still hear the gentle thuds of your own footfall just because of how quiet it is and how still everything is. It's weird being in the mall and being maybe the only people here. but you're able to easily traverse down to the first floor without incident. You don't hear anything. You don't hear footsteps, just sort of the gentle hum all around.
I think Priscilla's gonna take Eleanor's hand in this moment as they're traveling down.
Yeah.
You make it to the front doors.
I don't think the mall's ever been this scary before.
Listen, I am normally not really all that scared of things. But this is really fucking scary.
I don't think I ever want to come to the mall again.
No. No. Never again.
I don't care if there's sales, you know?
Yeah.
January can suck it. I'm never
Yeah.
coming back.
No. Outdoor shopping areas only.
Yeah. In the daylight.
Yeah. Bright daylight.
Why would they show a movie so late? And then just turn all the fucking lights off before the movie's even done?
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Honestly, I think it's kind of fucked. I think maybe somebody might be fucking with us.
You stand in front of the main doors.
I'm gonna open it. I already know. Just tell me.
You go to the door and you press on the bar. However, it only presses halfway. It's locked.
Oh, fuck.
No. And I think Eleanor is gonna, like, start going down the line and pushing every door.
Every one of the doors lining the entrance locked. No matter how hard you press against it, it does not budge.
Oh.
And then you hear it. A whistle. A tune you can't quite place as fear settles in the pit of your stomach. You feel a heat in your ears. And then there are footsteps accompanying the whistling. They're getting closer. The tune repeating. Closer.
Eleanor looks around really quickly. Is there anywhere that they can hide immediately? What do their surroundings look like?
So the surrounding area, you're in the atrium right now, and there's a fountain with some plants. And then on either side are halls that lead down to more stores. It seems that the footsteps are coming from the left. So really your only choice is to either go up or go to the right and hope you're able to find something.
I think she's gonna grab Priscilla's hand and just start, like, very, very hurriedly making her way to the right, but trying to stay as quiet as possible at the same time.
Yeah, and Priscilla's gonna take that lead.
Okay. I want you guys to roll me whatever you think is appropriate that you're staying quiet. I believe probably flight would be the most appropriate roll.
Okay.
Well, I'm screwed.
It's going to be a fairly easy check. It's going to be a 6.
I have a D4 in flight.
Well, if you roll a 4, it explodes and you can roll again and add that.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an advantage too. Maybe it'll explode.
I got 6 right on the die.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay, roll again.
Okay, all right.
Come on.
I rolled a 2.
Yes. Yes.
I'm never that lucky.
With a quickness and a deftness that you do not realize you had, you both begin to run to the right. Quickly, I think probably keeping towards the walls, like where the stores are, right?
Yes.
Hidden in the shadows of the corridor. You move so quickly, just the faintest hint of your footsteps as you move. And as you are walking, you pass by a store. And you almost miss it as you pass by. But I think, Eleanor, you're leading, right?
Yeah.
Priscilla, you notice it and you sort of grab Eleanor and sort of halt her. There is a grate of one of the stores that is pulled up just slightly, as though the employee closing up forgot to tug it down all the way, just enough that you'd both be able to squeeze under.
Yeah, I think Priscilla wordlessly would yoink on Eleanor, and as she's yoinking, she is getting under this roller grate.
Yeah, Eleanor follows.
You both roll under the grate into the darkness of the store, and despite it being fairly dark, your eyes have adjusted at this point. You're in a KB Toys. It's a toy shop, and it's kind of weird. There's almost a hint of nostalgia as you stand in the toy store, a place you used to beg your parents to take you not but a few years ago. And as you're sort of creeping through the aisles of the toys, almost feels like the eyes of the dolls that line the shelves are following your every move. Where do you go?
I would like to know, does this KB Toys happen to have any toy bats by chance?
I would say yes, like a little plastic wiffle ball bat.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
It's a start. It's a
Yep.
start. Okay. I'm gonna grab one and I'm like,
I think Eleanor like slaps one of the dolls that's staring at them off of the rack. Jesus fucking Christ. And she is gonna go look for our beloved sky dancers. Would you say this KB Toys has a sky dancer?
Definitely does.
Yeah, I think she's gonna go grab a sky dancer and just start ripping the box apart and pulling it out. And she's gonna like turn to Priscilla, who's got the bat up, and she's kind of holding the sky dancer like a gun with like the ripcord ready.
those things hurt so bad.
So fucking bad, right?
Yeah. Especially getting in the ankle. Is there a skip it by chance?
When did Skip-Its come out?
In the 90s?
Yeah, I think, let me see. I'm curious now.
We have to fact check this.
Skip It came out in between 1980s and 1990s.
All right, yeah, there's
Yeah.
a Skip-It.
I'm
a
taking
nice bright pink Skip-It.
I'm taking that Skip It. Is
Those
the
things are
time that
heavy.
yeah,
It's
have you-
heavy
Have you ever been hitting the ankle with a Skip It? It doesn't
Many
feel
times.
good. It
many
feels-
times. The only thing that's
horrible.
worse than that is a Razor scooter.
Yes, exactly. Is there a razor scooter?
No.
This killer's ankles are done for.
So, what would you like to do? You can faintly hear the footsteps still sort of coming towards you, but you know that there's an entire store that you can sort of hide in if you wish to do so. What would you like to do?
I think Eleanor is gonna look to Priscilla and say, they've got to have like a back entry, like back hallways of the mall. Maybe we can try to get out of this and into a store that might be a little more beneficial. You know, my brother really likes that stupid katana store, all the really dumb looking blades.
All these stores have like a back alley. I know malls all have like back alleyways of stores and they're like employee entrances. I've never been in one because I'm not poor, but I would imagine it's there.
That's like, so as you two have never worked in the mall and have only come here for leisure. However, you do imagine like it's almost like a forbidden section of the mall that you've never ventured to because it's an employee only thing. You know it exists. You know it's there. It's just you don't really know how to get in there besides maybe finding a door. And you don't really know how to navigate it. But the mall's a pretty simple structure, so you think that you two could probably figure it out.
Schrodinger's back alleys. I think Priscilla will kind of like crouch with her skip bow and her wiffle ball bat in hand, and sort of like crouch walk towards maybe like where the employee only area is, like where the
Behind the
manager's
counter,
office
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eleanor's following very closely behind, but she's got like almost like her back to Priscilla with the sky dancer out, just like
watching her
listening.
6.
Yeah. I got your 6 with a sky dancer. Don't worry.
I'm telling you, those things hurt.
So you're walking towards the counter, and you almost don't notice her at first. Near the register, a large bin of plushies sits meant to entice shoppers for one last peruse through the wares. And there's a body thrown in it. A couple of plushies tossed on top of her nearly camouflage her completely in the dark of the store. She is unmoving and lifeless. What do you do?
I imagine
Get a little
Eleanor
bit
still
closer.
has her back, so she can't even see this. She doesn't know what's happening.
I feel like Priscilla just stops and they like stumble into each other.
What's wrong? What? And Eleanor is gonna turn.
Priscilla's slowly moving one of the plushies away from the face.
You recognize her. The girl playing on the arcade machine in the movie theater. There's duct tape wrapped around the top half of her head, obstructing her eyes and nose, and a small stuffed lamb shoved into her mouth, suffocating her. Closer, you realize there is something written across the duct tape around her eyes. Why does the lamb love Mary so? Mary. That was her name. And then another thought clicks in your head at the same time. The tune that person was whistling, it was Mary Had a Little Lamb.
What the fuck?
God, Gag, this guy is so cheese.
Not only is he killing people, he's really lame.
Fuck this guy.
Absolute crime in and of itself.
He didn't do anything. Shouldn't bother anybody. She just like to play video games. What the fuck?
All right.
You guys realize something. You don't hear the whistling or the footsteps. It's quiet again. And there's a tension building upon this realization. When there had been footsteps stalking you, you at least knew where they were. But now you don't.
You gotta find that door, Priscilla.
Okay, let's go. And she's boot scooting boogie in her little crouch walk.
Okay. You guys make it to the counter. You go behind it, and there isn't a little employee only door that is perhaps conveniently just slightly ajar.
I have
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I have a quick question. Is this the classic KB Toys that has the little spinny rack up by the register with all the little weird animatronics on it?
Yeah.
Okay. So while Priscilla is like at the door, Eleanor is turning all the animatronics on and getting them ready to hit them all before they run out the door. Because I just remember the little yappy puppy and the light up balls and all the things on that little rack.
What I would like to do is just peek inside of that back room just to make sure it's clear.
So you look in the back room, and it's some sort of it's like an office. However, there is another door, and it says exit above it.
Nice. All right, and can I feel to see if there's a lock on the other side of the door?
Yes, there is.
Excellent. Okay, then I'm going to look back at Eleanor and see what she's doing, and I can imagine I could put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, you see me like flipping them over and like hitting little switches on everything, getting it prepped.
On 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
She just slaps everything.
It is a cacophony of just the most annoying sounds one might ever hear in their lives as you flick all of these little animatronic toys on. And you both run through the door, close it behind you, and you lock it.
Yes.
and you are going to make your way towards the other door, correct?
Yeah. Is there anything in this room that sticks out to us that can indicate like a map of the back areas of the mall?
There's no sort of like you are here map for
Okay.
the back areas.
What does this room
There,
look like?
it's looks like a sort of an office and like a storage area.
Mhm.
You probably imagine that there's another probably warehouse area that they bring all of the toys from, but this is just purely for employees. There's a desk, with a little computer, little 90s computer set up, big old monitor. There's a phone on the desk.
I think Eleanor is going to go over to the desk and she's going to pick up the phone and kind of do one of these in her shoulder and hit 911 and start like rummaging through the desk while she's waiting on the phone.
So before you pick up the phone, a trill ring sounds through the room as the phone you were just about to pick up starts to ring.
What the fuck? Priscilla? The fuck?
I don't know.
Should I answer it?
Maybe.
3 rings though. That's like
3 rings.
appropriate.
Yeah, we don't want them to think that we're desperate.
No.
No.
2 rings. 3 rings.
Hello?
You hear a ragged breath and then a laugh. Are you having fun yet? And the voice is deep and garbled, not one that you recognize.
I think she does one of these with the phone so Priscilla can put her head over by her. Ew. You sound like a perv. Why are you doing this?
Because I'm bored.
Oh my God, get a fucking hobby.
Watch some TV. 90210's on.
You hear the doorknob jiggle. The one leading into the store. Come on, open up.
How are you calling us right now? He's got to be rich. She does one of these. Be rich.
Does he have a cell phone?
I mean, how else would he be calling us right now?
I know, but those are so big and clunky.
I don't know. I feel like maybe you've watched too many horror movies. This kind of feels a bit poserish, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're a poser.
He laughs again. All right. How about this? Tell me your favorite lullaby. What did mommy sing to you at night?
I think we should just go. Yeah, we should probably just go. This is fucking weird.
Oh, wait, I got something.
Okay.
Is your refrigerator running?
You hear a click.
Damn it. He didn't fall for it.
I don't think she hangs the phone up. She just drops it. And yeah, you said there's another door to exit.
Yeah, you suspect that this probably leads into the entrance that most of the employees might use to navigate around the mall.
We're scooting boogieing.
It's
skipping a little bit.
It's one of those. So it basically, from what you can ascertain about this area, is it's a long hallway and it basically just circles the mall. So you look to your left, you look to your right, and it's just hallway all the way down. You see other doors for other stores, but nothing else around.
2 questions, GM. First question. I'm assuming I go to this mall quite a bit, so I know my way around
generally
it.
are, yeah.
Yeah. Second question. Is there like one of the fucking, do we have a mall katana store situation in this mall?
I'm going to say, so this is a small town.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm going to say probably not.
All right. I think
No discovering Asia stores.
No, unfortunately, no.
I think she would being around a like sports family with her little brother, I think she would instinctually know where the sports store is, and that would be kind of like a good bet to find something useful. I think she would look at Priscilla and say, I think we should go to the sports store. I mean, it just makes sense to me. There's improvised weapons. I don't know what else to
Yeah.
do at this point. We can't get the fuck out of here. Maybe there'll be a phone there we can try.
Yeah. Okay. Hear me out.
Hmm?
If the sports store isn't a bust, we go to the back area of Spencer's that we've never been to before.
I feel like we have to go there anyways. It's our duty, to civilization, to let them know what's back there.
Yeah. I heard that there's things back there.
Okay.
Things.
Great. Well, we have goals. This is good.
Yeah. Okay. Sports store, Spencer's Gifts,
Spencer.
back area. I'm not dying. You're not dying. We kick this guy's ass. Like that movie Rambo.
We're Dawn of the Dead. That's a classic, you know.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have guns.
No.
All right. Let's go.
I think Eleanor is going to lead the way to the sports school.
Yep. So you would know that the sports store is Primetime Sports, and that was owned by Thomas Gaynor, the man who has supposedly been arrested for the murders that are currently taking place. But it's just down the hall, actually, and you're able to find it. However, when you go to try the knob, it is locked.
Shit.
I'm a strong girl.
Mhm.
I am an athlete.
Uh-huh.
Cheerleaders are athletes.
It's true.
I'm going to try and kick that door in.
All right, give me a...
I think
What do you want to do, fight or brawn?
Fight.
Eleanor like turns after trying the knob and sees like this look of determination on your face.
Priscilla's already got her leg up, ready to go.
Okay, all right, and she just kind of like scoots back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Got
be a
this.
10. You need a 10. Yeah. It's a door. You're trying to kick a door in. What'd you get? 11.
11.
The Eleanor, there is a weird feeling that runs through your body as you watch Priscilla kick this door in with almost ease. In her little cute getup, looking very Baby Spice. Just, it's a weird feeling. It's one that you've not really quite experienced yet in your life, and yet you find yourself wanting more of it as the door slams open, hitting the wall that's on the other side with a clank.
Wow. That was like totally rad.
Thanks. All
If-
those high kicks.
You don't make head cheerleader senior year. It's their loss, you know?
Truly. Well,
Yeah. Well, after you.
together.
Yeah.
So you go
You take her hand and it's like her palm is sweating.
What's wrong with you, Eleanor? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a little scared.
Don't be. I'm here with you. We'll protect each other. We always have.
Mm-hmm.
You go in and it's a very similar setup to the KB store. It seems you're in some sort of office area. This office, however, seems to be in a little bit of disarray, as though people were likely turning everything over, gathering evidence, perhaps. Cops probably came in, turned the entire place over looking for any sort of evidence, and then left it the way that it was. The door that leads into the store, it locks from this side, so you're able to unlock that if you wish.
Yeah, and is the door so broken now that I can't lock it?
Yeah, you've kicked the like the little bit that like goes into the wall. That is clean broken off.
I'll still close it. Oops.
It sort of, it doesn't quite latch, so it kind of like sways a little bit because it has nothing to find purchase on when you close it, but it is closed.
I think Eleanor is gonna go put her ear up to the other door and listen for a minute to see if she can hear anything on the other side.
You listen for a couple of seconds, maybe a little bit longer to be sure, and you don't hear anything. Silence.
Is there a phone in this room?
There is.
Can
It's
we
on
try
the desk.
calling 911 now?
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop.
Do you pick up the phone?
Yeah.
There's a busy signal.
Damn. Phones are out.
Of course. You know,
Why wouldn't they be?
why wouldn't they be? This makes total sense. Fuck. Well, it doesn't sound like anyone's on the inside, so go in fast, raid the place
Yeah,
at the Spencer's.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Eleanor is going to very carefully unlock the door and push it open like a crack and peek in.
You peek in, and it is relatively dark in here, but you see the grate is shut all the way at the front of the store. You can kind of see right past down an aisle. And you do note that there is yellow caution tape sort of at the front of the store as well, kind of barring people from the store as a whole within the last few days. But you listen, you look. No one's here.
Looks like the coast is clear. Get in, get out.
Yeah, let's do this. Metal baseball bats.
This is it is a mom and pop, very much a mom and pop shop. It's a local business. It's not like a Dick's Sporting Good or anything. You will find, I'll let you know, you'll be able to find things like metal bats, golf clubs, like lacrosse sticks, those kind of items, if you wish.
Is there a football helmet?
Yeah.
I want one, and I'm going to put it on my head.
Okay.
I think you come around a corner with that on your head, and I come around a corner and I've got a baseball helmet on my head.
I think you look great.
You look striking.
Thank you. Baseball bat.
Perfect. She's gonna take it.
I'm gonna grab one for myself, but I'm still keeping the skip it with me because that's debilitating. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys are easily find what you are looking for. And with your helmets on, you have encountered a little bit of an issue.
Oh God.
You cannot hear that well.
Oh no.
Eleanor, one of your ears is covered, so you can't really hear on that side. And Priscilla, both of your ears are covered, as well as your face is a little bit blocked. And you're kind of wondering how the football players deal with this and are able to run down the field and catch the ball at the same time with this sort of lack of being able to see in your peripheral.
That being said, is there any way that I can like fasten this to my little backpack so I can have it as a backup?
Yeah, I'm just letting you know this. You are free to wear it if you wish. However, I will let you know that if you are trying to observe something or listen out for something, it will be done at a higher difficulty while you are wearing these helmets.
I think I think that's a good idea though, is to at least have it because worst case scenario, if I've got a football helmet on, I can ram this dude with my head.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eleanor keeps her baseball helmet on. I think more than anything that's like a hearing restriction for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she keeps it on.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay. Are you guys going back out the
back way?
The rear exit?
Yeah, because then we're gonna go to Spencer's because there's duty there.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you guys are going to open the door, so you're going to leave, correct?
Yeah.
And you hear something, and this is not imposed with any disadvantage because it is rather loud. Someone's not trying to sneak, or at least you don't think they're trying to sneak by the way that this noise is echoing through the little corridor. It's like the rumble of wheels against the shiny flooring of the mall. And your mind recalls the skateboarder that you had seen fleeing the security guard when you first arrived.
The skater guy.
But do you think that's actually him or this psychopath that's killing all the teens in the mall? Do old guys even skate?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's weird.
You hear something in the distance, somewhere further in the mall, a clatter of some kind, and there's almost a stutter to the rolling noise as whoever is skateboarding down seems to hear it too. And you can hear them sort of muttering, "Oh, shit."
And it sounds like a young dude's
Sounds
voice.
like a young dude.
Skateboarder.
Well, let's go get him. More the merrier, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure he wants to know what's in the back of Spencer's too.
I'm certain.
We're all dying for it.
Is this like coming from this is the main corridor of the mall?
Yeah, it seems like he was coming from the way that you probably would end up heading. So he's backtracing.
Okay. Should we go up? So I think Priscilla will go up to the gate, right? That's down and sort of.
Well, he's in the hall, like he's in the back halls,
oh,
the employee halls.
I understand. Okay, got it. Okay, so then I guess Priscilla and Eleanor will boot scoot and boogie.
You guys kind of pop out of the door right as this young man, who is probably around your age, is coming skating down the hallway, and he falls back. The skateboard sort of goes flying up in the air as he shuffles away from you. He's on the floor now. He's like, hey.
Shh. Silence.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I want him to hear us.
Okay. You guys found a way out yet? I mean, obviously
No.
you haven't. You're still here. All the doors are locked.
Did you see him?
I saw something in the food court. I was skating near the food court. Terry, security guard, was he's been on my ass lately. But I was skating and I heard like some weird noises from the food court, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. I hope everything's okay. Let me go check
the fuck
it out."
up.
There's a person. I don't know if it was a guy or not. He was in all black. They had a knife. He was just walking around with a knife, man.
Yeah, he's killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the movie theater employee upstairs. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
There's
What's your name?
I'm Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Have you been to the back section of Spencer's?
Where the dildos are?
Is that what's back there?
I mean, yeah, like among other things.
Yeah, we definitely have been back there for sure.
Yeah, you guys look like you've been back there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got strap-ons.
A lot of times.
Yeah. Anyway, We're running from this guy. Do you
Uh,
want?
uh,
Do you want in?
um, he looks at you and, maybe we shouldn't all group up together. Probably. I've been looking for, Terry. Uh, Kind of ironic. The one time I'm actually looking for him and want him to find me. Can't fucking find the guy.
Maybe he's dead already.
Well, uh, there's, there, the security office is, down the other way. I don't, maybe we could find something. We could make a pit stop at Spencer's. You guys can see the back section of
We've
Spencer's.
seen it already. We told you.
Yeah, we already know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely believed you when you said that. But like if you were still curious as to what, like maybe they had a new stock come in that you guys haven't seen before, we could go do that and then we
God,
could
don't
go
be
to
so
this...
lame. We have to get out of
Okay.
here.
Okay, so security office?
Security office.
Okay. You try to please women and this is all you get from it.
How cute
Oh,
is Jack?
He's a pretty cute. He's like he's very like 90s skateboarder vibe. He's got the baggy jeans, the big old t-shirt. He's got like a hat on. A little bit kind of longish hair. It's like a little curly, a little scraggly, but it's very like endearing. He's got a mouthful of braces.
Are they Jinkos?
They are Jinkos.
God. Sponsor us, Jinko. Okay. All right, fine. Let's go.
So with Jack in tow, you will head down the hall to where the security office is, and kind of keeping an ear out. You don't really hear anything. That commotion that was happening upstairs it was almost relieving to hear something going on away from you. As you guys sneak through the back halls and you wind up in just in front of a door that is very clearly labeled security guard office. However, it is labeled so with a piece of loose leaf and some duct tape.
Are we sure this is the security office?
Yeah, I mean, it says it right there on the sheet.
She looks back at Eleanor.
It seems, it seems a little off. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they only recently hired Terry. Like,
Jack, why don't you go first? You're
okay,
the
you go
man.
first, Jack. Yeah.
You're supposed to protect us.
Here, you can take this. She hands him the wiffle ball bat.
he kind of grabs it. He's got the wiffle ball bat, and then his skateboard sort of tucked under his arm. Yeah, and he like straightens up a little bit, puffs his chest out. He's a skinny dude, but he puffs his chest out regardless. Yeah, I'm the man. I'm gonna protect you guys.
Yeah, you got this. We believe in you.
For sure.
And he reaches out with his other hand and opens the security, the door, and slowly
Eleanor readies
pushes
her
it
bat.
open. And as the door sort of swings open, you three all surrounding it. The security guard's office is small and cramped, as though it is a repurposed utility closet. The desk is nothing more than a foldable table. There are several small CRT televisions sitting on the table, which sort of does a little bit of a bend due to the weight. Cables sort of twisting and curling around each other. There's a keyboard that looks as though it had been plucked from a garbage somewhere with several missing keys that is hooked up to these essentially ramshackled security monitors. But it is empty.
Are the security cameras on?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. I think we ought to go take a look at those.
Okay. As you walk in further, you do note on the wall behind the table, and this place is pretty barren. There's not a whole lot going on. There's the table, a metal folding chair, and then on the wall behind the table, there are photographs and newspaper clippings that are sort of taped up. And you guys, if you wish to inspect them, let me know.
Yeah, I think we'd like to do that.
So you'll recognize some of the photographs there are of some of the victims of the Lullaby Killer, as well as newspaper articles detailing the crimes. There's some notes scrolled on the clipping. Some words are circled or underlined for emphasis. Seems that Terry very much was investigating, perhaps, these murders. You don't know really to what end. There are some notes that are sort of detailing possible suspects that seem a little far out. You know, one of them was like the preacher, the local like Baptist preacher for the town. There are some time and dates of the murders that are noted on a little scrap piece of paper. It seems that mostly they were on weekends or late night. And oddly enough, there is a school district calendar taped up, and the dates on the little scroll of paper sort of correlate with dates from the newspaper clippings. These are days when school was closed. And so Terry has written teacher, question mark, question mark, question mark, student, question mark, question mark, question mark.
I think while Priscilla's looking at the papers, Eleanor is going to sit at the desk and get on the keyboard and start like looking through the CCT. Like, can she switch cameras? What's her setup here?
Make me a brains roll to see if you can figure it out, because it is very much homebrewed.
Okay.
Your like setup.
Ooh, I rolled a 3. I'm gonna use my last advantage.
It's gonna be a 6. 6 is gonna be your target.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
You're able to figure out that, so there's a couple of keys missing, but the space bar seems to switch between the little cameras, and it makes them bigger, and then you have to use like the arrow keys to kind of switch between all of the individual cameras.
She's gonna start switching through the cameras and looking for anyone else, any other moving bodies.
Okay. Jack comes up behind you and he's like, "Oh man, this is really fucking freaky, man." And as he is going to join Priscilla and sort of like looking at the little clippings and everything, and you're kind of like flipping through kind of at a rapid pace, just sort of looking for movement. And as you're doing so, you stumble past where you see a little bit of movement on a CRT, and then you kind of go back. And the images are sort of distorted and blurry. It's, you know, it's not like we're going to have like HD pictures. But you watch as a figure in black drags another person into the frame. This person seems to be bound somehow at their wrists and their ankles. Despite the low definition, you will recognize it as the security guard, and Jack will also very quickly recognize. He's like, "Oh, that's Terry, man, that's Terry." And it looks like he's sort of gagged. There seems to be something around his mouth, and his head is sort of lolling to the side, maybe unconscious or at least dazed, as the figure props him up against a column that seems to be front and center where the security camera is. And then the figure turns, and you see a face of white, a mask, featureless, but with the eye holes cut out, though all you are able to see is darkness beyond. And it's almost as though they're looking straight at you through the security camera, like they know you're there. But surely they don't. Surely they don't know that you're watching through the security camera right now. And then they wave. And you spy something shimmering in their hand. A Bowie knife. And then they kneel next to the security guard, who seems to be coming to, as you watch his head perk up a bit and looking around as consciousness floods back into him. And you watch the panic as he struggles against the zip ties that bind him. And the figure turns back, looking up at you through the security camera, and taps the tip of his knife to his eyes, almost imploring you, demanding that you watch. The figure takes the knife and slowly drags it up the front of the security guard. the buttons on his uniform popping off one by one as the knife slices, leaving the shirt open to reveal a white tank top beneath. There's no audio accompanying the video, and you think for a moment that you're glad for that, as the figure stabs straight down into the gut of the security guard, who throws his head back and tries to scream, though the gag in his mouth likely muffles it. He continues to struggle, even as the figure carves a line into his belly, and you watch as his innards begin to fall out. Still, you could almost hear the sound of flesh being carved with each motion of the knife through the viscera. And it doesn't take long, and you watch as the security guard twitches, the fight gone from him, as his blood pools all around, while the figure squats down next to him, staring intently as they watch the last signs of life fade from their victim before turning back to the camera. With their other hand, they hold out a little keyring. A large keyring, actually, with more than a dozen keys on it, littering it, and they jiggle it, almost tauntingly, at you. And they turn, and they stuff the keyring into the disemboweled body of the security guard before standing up and splaying their hands out as though they're presenting something to you. A challenge, an opportunity. And then they begin to walk off, disappearing from frame with a jaunt to their step.
You know, it really doesn't matter how much Rotten.com you look at. Nothing really prepares you for something like that, you know? And she, like, looks over to Priscilla.
We've got to get this guy.
Jack is hand on his head. He is pressed up against the wall. He is very clearly in a panic. I think that I should go.
Eleanor slaps him. Get it together, Jack.
Harry's guts are on the floor, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
And your guts are going to be there too if you don't fucking straighten up.
Yeah.
And he vomits.
Oh, gross.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
And
Eleanor takes like a couple steps back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I was there what feels like minutes ago, so it's fine.
There's that keyring. That keyring, that's Harry's keyring. That should have a key to the exit. That's just the main door. All of the doors, actually.
Jack, if we get out, do you have a ride out of here?
I mean, I got my skateboard. I don't really. I skate to and from the mall.
Right. Okay.
But there's the payphones are out there. If we can get out, maybe it'll prevent them from. I don't know, man. We gotta try though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I page my dad?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I would like to page my father.
Okay. What do you say?
911.
Okay.
Quick short message.
We'll see if that worked.
I fucking hope so.
Where do you go?
Do I know where this was happening at on the video? Could I tell by the surroundings?
You can, in the little upper right-hand corner, it's labeled. Each of the security cameras is labeled, and you know that it's on the left side of the mall, so like the opposite side of the mall from you. It's on the upstairs, the second floor.
Okay, well, it's quite far that we have to go. But we have helmets and we have weapons, and there's 3 of us and 1 of him.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and if we all stick together, strength in numbers.
Yep.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, well,
No-
yeah, only one of him. I could take down that guy. He didn't look that strong.
Exactly.
Just
We have
keep thinking like
bets.
that.
I'm a cheerleader. I can do anything.
The high kicks.
The high kicks are so high.
Yeah, she kicked through a door earlier. It was an experience.
Oh, it's kind of hot. That's not the time. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's not
Not
the
the
time.
time. God damn it, Jack.
Okay.
Get it together.
We're just trying to focus on the good, not the bad.
All right.
Okay.
Grab your
Should we-
skateboard. You could use that as a weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
He like does a few practice swings as you guys are walking.
I think Eleanor is leading with the bat up like this.
I think Priscilla is directly behind her with also her bat up. And like every so often looking over her shoulder.
You know that you're going to have to go into you're gonna have to leave this back area in order to get upstairs. So you will navigate your way out. I imagine you sort of will navigate your way out the way that you came in, correct? Through
Yeah.
the KB toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all roll under the grate, and it's quiet. And you begin to walk through the mall down towards the left side, and you go up the stairs. And as you're passing by the food court, something catches your attention. The light for the Panda Express is still on.
Oh man,
Orange chicken.
it's so good.
I feel like we're being baited.
I think you're right. But what if somebody's over there that needs our help? I'll look.
You're not gonna go
If we-
alone.
If we all go together, it'll be fine, all right?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's what-
okay.
I heard the weird noises coming from over there before, so like he's probably already long gone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
You guys begin to creep through the food court. I imagine you're sort of curving around the various restaurants that line the food court, and it's quiet. Smell of greasy food still lingers, though most of the restaurants have been closed for an hour or more. And as you creep a little bit closer, you hear a sizzling noise, like a buzz in the back of your head. There's dread building up in your chest as you walk closer and closer to the Panda Express. The light is still on. The grate is up. Normally they have the grates that go down around the counter.
Does that sound like a grill or a fryer? She's gonna sniff the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly smells like a fryer.
I don't want to know.
I don't know either. Something tells me that maybe there's no one to save.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, we should move on.
Yeah, I mean,
Priscilla,
Yeah.
you remember the worker that was here tonight? The one who gave you your big old plate of lo mein?
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, he was really greasy.
Perfect for deep fry.
Oh, Scott.
R.I.P. Scott.
But
Oh,
you
he was
turn
so
away.
nice.
Turn away, and you begin to walk away from the scene of a crime that you wish not to know about.
I don't want to know about that.
as you're walking, you can faintly see just in the distance the column that the security guard is sort of propped up against, and he's propped up on it on the other side. You can almost see like display of his arm out. And you hear something upstairs on the 3rd floor. A commotion of some kind, some footsteps.
Eleanor looks up.
You don't see anything. But there is a prickle at the back of your neck.
This is a fucking trap.
Let's just be quick. It's like anatomy class. Remember when we had to cut open the frogs?
Who's the fastest runner of us? It's gotta be you, right?
I'm pretty quick.
You're pretty fast.
I got my skateboard. Like, if you want, like, maybe I can do like a distraction and you guys can go get the body, search the body, and then I'll distract them and lead them away so that you can have some time, and he'll come after me, and I'll make a lot of noise, and I'm pretty quick. I know my way around the mall really well.
All right, we need a meet-up place then.
We'll meet up at the lobby. That's right. We'll meet up down near the atrium.
Yeah, okay. That works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just be careful. Don't get caught.
No, I gotta I'm strong. I'm gonna protect you guys.
You're a man.
I'm a man.
You got this, Jack.
I think before he skates away, Priscilla will give him a kiss on the cheek.
You see him sort of straighten up, perhaps a little bit more of a little pep in his step. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got this. And he will begin to skate away, yelling out, "Hey, asshole!" and just whooping and hollering, essentially, as he begins to skate down the other way. And you can see that he starts to run up the stairs, going to the 3rd floor where you guys heard the noise. And he sort of disappears from view, though you do hear him yelling and trying to attract the attention.
All right. Just like an anatomy class.
Yeah.
I think Priscilla will go for him. Go for the security guard.
Eleanor's gonna scurry up with her at her side.
Okay. The smell assaults your senses as you approach the body. It's a mixture of bile and shit from the perforated intestines and overpowered by the metallic tang of blood. And you sort of move around the column. It doesn't even look real. Like some practical effects from the movies, the way the intestines are spilled onto the floor and saliva fills your mouth once more, and this time it's harder to swallow down than when you found Mo's body. Her death was savage, but this is brutal. This is the most horrible thing you have ever seen. And
Gross.
next to the body, scrawled in blood, there's another little message from the lullaby killer. This little piggy went to the market.
So lame.
Just stupid. Like, totally gag, gross, lame. All right. I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. You got this.
Yeah.
Priscilla's got cool under pressure.
Okay.
Does that do anything for me?
Let me check.
As I go to reach in this man's guts.
So you may spend 1 adversity token to take half of your die's value instead of rolling on a snap decision. So I'm going to say this is sort of a snap decision as you're about to stick your hand into this man's abdomen. And the DC is going to be a We're going to make it a 6. And you're going to use whatever skill you think is applicable as you dig into this man's intestines.
Would you say grit would be
Yes.
applicable? Okay,
Mhm.
that's what we're gonna use then.
So if you want, you can use your adversity token. And you can automatically take the success because I think your grit is a...
The D10.
Oh, it's a D10.
Yeah, so I have
Never
to
mind.
roll
You
for
do
it.
have to roll for it, yes.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna use my last advantage.
Okay.
Tell me you said a 6, right?
6.
Okay, it was a 7.
Okay. The body is still warm and the blood is slick as you slide your hand in. Reaching around almost blindly for the key ring, the squelch of the organs is likely something you'll never be able to erase from your mind. And then you feel metal at the tip of your fingers. And Eleanor, this happens to you first as you're sort of standing, I would imagine, next to Priscilla.
Yeah, I'd say she's standing while she's doing that, kind of like watching, looking around.
A bag comes over your head, baseball helmet and all. And then one comes over your head, Priscilla. Plastic and translucent. You both instinctively gasp for breath, but the bag tightens around your face. What do you do?
I'm gonna kick as hard as I can. I'm donkey kicking as hard as I can.
Okay. You are going to make a roll, and I'm going to contest that roll.
Okay.
So you're going to use either fight or brawn.
I'm using fight, baby.
Okay.
It's a 4.
You try to donkey kick, and you do. Your heel finds purchase in the very, very solid thigh of the person who has the bag around your head, but they do not budge. They grunt a little, and the bag tightens. Eleanor, what would you like to do?
I think she's also gonna kick and flail and try to get out of this hold.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's an 8.
I got a 10. This person, you try to kick, and how tall is Eleanor?
She's actually on the shorter side. Probably like 5'6".
You can tell by the way that their hands are sort of held up, tightening around. They're probably around the same height as you. And what do you two look at as your vision fades to black? We'll start with you, Priscilla.
I think Priscilla's looking at Eleanor.
Yeah, I think they're behind us, right? So I can't turn around and look at them necessarily because I'm being controlled right now. So yeah, Eleanor is looking to Priscilla.
And your vision fades to black. You're seeing double as you come to. At least you thought you were until your vision focuses in and you see there are 2 figures in front of you. Dressed similarly, dark jeans, a black hoodie, and a plain white mask. Good morning.
Do we recognize this voice?
You do.
Who is it?
Feminine.
Fucking Kate.
Damn it, Kate.
She takes the mask off. You guys ruined the surprise.
And let me guess. Colin.
He takes the mask off.
Yeah, thought so. Pretty fucking lame of both of you, actually.
They look around. You guys seem to be in some sort of maybe like the docking area of the mall. I mean, they start counting. Colin starts counting on his fingers. We got quite the body count. And I don't think that's really lame.
So both of you are killing people.
They look at each other. Yeah.
Lame.
I always knew you were a loser.
And the lullabies?
Yeah, it's a little, it's like we were kind of like, yeah, what's gonna like really like stick with the media? Because you gotta pick a shtick, Figured lullabies, simple, easy. Everyone knows a lullaby. Nice little
Yeah.
nursery rhyme to, get you to sleep at night.
But it's boring.
I mean, lullabies are boring, but the killing's not. We get pretty creative with it.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, what's your major malfunction? Seriously.
Truly.
I already told you we were bored.
So you decided to murder people?
Yeah, it's
When I get
nothing to do in this town.
When I get bored, I go parking.
Get a
But-
fucking hobby.
You wouldn't know
Good.
anything about that, Colin, would you? Since you didn't ever get any, so
I mean, I get plenty enough.
you certainly get something.
And Colin squats down in front of you. You guys are bound by your wrists.
Are our wrists in front of us or behind us?
They're in front of you. So, we have a fun little game for you two.
Mm.
Well, really for us.
Mm.
So, here's the deal. One of you gets to leave. Here's where you ask for the catch.
What's the catch?
He taps your nose, Priscilla, with a little pocket knife. You will get to choose. Well, you get to choose, Priscilla.
I think you see a broad smile from Priscilla. Oh, I see. You think I'll betray Eleanor? You are dumb. You know that, right? You know that you're a dumb person.
It's not a matter of being dumb. It's just a matter of you choosing.
Yeah, Eleanor. Eleanor leaves.
No, don't
Okay.
don't do that, Priscilla. No.
I would like to double your offer.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah. You let us both leave. We have the run of the mall. Could be a fun game.
No, we had our game this entire night. The killing the movie theater employee, killing that fucking stupid nerdy girl that likes the arcade, killing the security guard. That was really fun.
And you're just gonna let it go like that? You're just gonna
Yeah.
let the game end?
Yeah, because this is just one night. This is just another night.
Mm.
There's plenty more ahead for us.
Mm. I see. I really thought better of you. Really did.
So, who's it going to be?
Eleanor.
You both watch as Colin comes and stands behind you two. Last chance.
I said what I said. Eleanor. I think she's gonna look at you, Eleanor. Yeah, Priscilla's gonna look at you, and she's gonna give you sort of a knowing nod. And she's trying to convey one of those moments where it's like, hey, do you remember when I kicked that door in? You remember when I did that? It's time to do that yourself now.
Is he holding my Swiss Army knife?
No,
Oh.
seems to be his own.
And we're sitting on the floor.
You are essentially kneeling on the floor
Okay.
hands zip tied in front of you.
Okay. And where is Kate standing?
Kate's standing in front of you. She's about 5-6 feet away.
Okay. Just fucking do it already. God. You're so dramatic.
A drama. Pathetic, really.
Priscilla,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the tip of a knife at your neck.
Mm-hmm.
What flashes through your mind as this happens?
I think growing up with Eleanor. Growing up as teeny tiny little girls, and then into, young prepubescent, then teenagers, and now they're on the cusp of womanhood.
Now, I am going to give you each an opportunity to do something. And this will be contested.
Mm-hmm.
We will start with Eleanor.
I think that Eleanor is going to ready herself because after the look from Priscilla, she's assuming that Priscilla is going to try to kick his feet out. And Eleanor is going to simultaneously try to go for Kate. And she's going to do one of those, like, lean forward on her hands and then sprint forward shoulder first to try to hit her in her center of gravity to knock her down.
Priscilla, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try to I'm gonna try to headbutt the back of my head as hard as I fucking can.
All right. I need you to roll me a fight. And Eleanor, you can do fight or brawn, I would say.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that with my advantage.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna do the same thing.
I got 12 on the die plus 1, so 13 total.
Okay. Eleanor, what did you get?
I got a 6 on the die plus 4, so 10 total.
This happens at the same time. Priscilla, you rear your head back. Eleanor, you are on your feet, using your arms to gain momentum as you go and you tackle Katie to the ground with a thud. And when you look back, your heart drops. Priscilla, it's so quick, you don't even realize what happened. And then you're looking down and you're covered in blood. Your own blood. You try to make a noise, but only a rasp comes out. You're feeling lightheaded, and almost instinctively you look to Eleanor. Eleanor, what does she see?
I think she just sees a look of utter shock and disbelief, like this can't be happening, and she's going, no, 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 no.
Katie gets up and grabs you by your hair, Eleanor, and throws you back to the ground. And Colin squats down as Priscilla's body sags and hits the ground with a thud of finality. Her eyes are hollow and dull, lifeless, gone. So, how does it feel to be the one person Priscilla loved more than herself?
Are we in the same place that they bagged us at?
No,
We're
they
not.
brought you to a secondary location.
Okay, so the bat's not there anymore.
No. You still actually have your backpack on your back, but
Mhm.
you are tied at the
Tied,
front.
yeah.
So you can't actually access anything in your backpack.
Right. Is he still standing over top of Priscilla, or is he moved to me?
He's sort of moved to you. He's squatted a little bit away. He's probably about 4 or 5 feet in front of you, squatted down.
I think she isn't gonna say anything to him. She's gonna charge him this time. And she's reaching to grab the knife as she's charging him.
Okay, we're gonna do fight or brawn again.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna re-roll that. Thank you for all those advantages, guys. I rolled another 6, so that is a 10.
You think for a moment that Colin wasn't expecting this fight from you, Eleanor. Your fury is quiet. You have always been sort of a quiet rage, whereas Priscilla rages loudly. And it almost complements one another. And you charge at him, and he is squatted down. His balance is off. You hit him hard, and he tumbles to the ground, and you manage to grab the knife. And Katie is on you at this point. She is trying to tug you off of him, and you are sort of flailing the knife around, and you nick her a little bit. And you barely catch the sight of a shadowy figure moving through the docking area, just out of the corner of your eyes. And he's moving behind Katie and Colin. And you see him. And Colin notices your sight as well. He notices where your gaze falls, and he looks behind him just as this figure emerges from the shadows, limping towards you both. William, the janitor, looks to you, Eleanor. Run. And he tackles Katie to the ground with a speed that you don't think that he should have. His body collides with Katie, and you hear a jingle as keys hit the ground. Security guard's keys lie right in front of you, and you watch as Colin sort of scrambles to his feet to try and get the janitor off of Katie. They are both distracted in this moment.
I think Eleanor is done running, and she can't imagine leaving Priscilla laying here on the floor like this, bleeding. And when Colin goes to tackle the janitor, Eleanor is going to come up behind him and lodge that knife into his back with all the force that she can muster. Just tears streaking down her face as she does this.
He, let's say, runs out as you stab him in the back and sort of blindly reaches behind him as he tries to tug it from his shoulder. And he looks at you as you watch Katie struggle with the janitor. She appears to have a blade of her own that she's sort of stabbing into him, though he seems to be very firm. This is a hardened man, you imagine. And he looks back at you. Janitor says, "Run." And in that moment, you see Colin stand. You should really run, Eleanor.
I think she takes one quick look at Priscilla, and she's going to grab the keys and start running.
You're not sure where you're heading as you run through the maze-like back halls of the mall, following the exit signs that glow a sinister red as though they are a lifeline. Behind you, you can still hear the sounds of the struggle ensuing, and you think you hear footsteps. You think that Colin might have taken your guys' advice and maybe had a little bit of thrill to the chase by giving you a little bit of a head start. And you chance a look behind you for a brief second. And in that second, you collide with something. A warm body. Hey, easy.
It's Jack?
You look up and you're met with the clear blue eyes of Ian, the record store employee. You're all right. What's wrong? I got you.
We gotta get out of here, Ian.
What happened? What do you mean?
Everybody's dead. Oh, they're all dead. We have to go. We gotta go to the lobby. Jack's gonna be there. He's supposed to meet us. I have the keys. And she lifts her bound wrist and like shows him the keys.
Yeah. Come on. What the fuck, man? And he looks behind you and starts to sort of very quickly walk with you, run with you down the halls. And you exit out of one of the doors into the the mall atrium. And you're looking around and it's quiet. And the exit is just right there. You have the keys, you can leave.
I think she walks up to the door and she goes to pull a key out to try a key, and she stops and turns and looks to Ian. I can't just leave her like this.
What do you... And he realizes, oh, listen, there's payphones right out there. We'll call the police. I have some change on. I got some quarters. We'll go call the police right now.
Yeah. There's a Swiss Army knife in my backpack. Do you think you could cut me free?
He kind of turns you around. I imagine you're a little shocked by everything that has happened. Kind of let it happen. And he digs through your bag and comes out with the Swiss Army knife and he cuts your restraints.
She hands the keys to him.
He opens the door. He very easily is able to find the keys that open the door.
I feel like I have to go back.
I don't think you should.
What am I gonna do? I don't even know who I am without Priscilla. She's like the only one that gets me. You should call the cops. Lock the door, and if Jack comes, let Jack out.
Eleanor, you turn to step away from Ian. And as you do, in the fountain, you see a body floating. Poor Jack. Wasn't quite quick enough. Listen, we should leave, Eleanor. I'll call the cops. You know, we'll wait here and then.
No, you call the cops. You do that, but I have to do this. I can't just let that asshole win like this. Maybe she's not dead. Maybe there's a chance that I can save her. I can't just fucking run away, Ian.
I mean, a slit throat really only, you're not gonna really come back from that. Eleanor, you never mentioned Priscilla's throat was cut.
Yeah, I'm realizing that. She's starting to, like, step backwards.
You look down at Ian. Dark jeans, black hoodie. And you think for a moment. You had seen Katie getting into Colin's car and driving off. And not even moments later, you had seen someone looming on the 3rd floor, watching you guys.
She's gonna take off in a dead sprint. And I would like to go the direction towards where I know the security guard is to grab that bat on the ground.
Okay. You're going to make me a flight check.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, creep. Fucking dump stat flight. It'll be fine. It's just a fucking slasher.
Don't worry about it.
I rolled a 3, so I'm gonna re-roll and try to bust that. No, that was a 1. So a 3.
You think he doesn't quite expect you to run. And so you catch him by surprise. And you start to take off. And you hear a bit of a laugh. God, Eleanor, you really are too smart for your own good. As you hear footsteps thudding behind you. Closer and closer and closer. Eleanor, I need you to make me one more flight check.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Run fast.
That's a 3. Bones has 2 advantages left, so I'm going to repurpose one of those, Bones.
Yeah, use those.
Oh, 4! All right, okay. That's back-to-back 4s. That's an 8.
Roll again. It exploded twice.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's go.
Exploded.
What is that? That's a 2, so that's 10.
I will let you know. I rolled an 11.
Bitch.
Eleanor, you feel the hand grab you by your backpack. Ever faithful backpack that carries your entire life in it. And you are wrenched back. And Ian takes you by the throat, just under your chin. You should have just left with me. And he rears you back and bashes your head against the brick wall of the mall. Good evening. I'm Julie Elliott, and this is WNSB News 12. We are reporting to you live from the Crossroads shopping mall with a gruesome scene. A 911 call alerted police to the scene, where they discovered several more victims of the Lullaby Killer. The investigation is still ongoing, and the victims' families are being notified. No suspects have been apprehended at this time. The camera pans over. Red and blue lights flickering as numerous people mull about outside the mall, traversing in and out, the yellow tape warding off non-law enforcement, and we zoom in. Past the yellow tape, through the atrium, down the hall, where a body lays, covered in a black tarp, as someone takes pictures of the scene. They kneel down, snapping pictures of a black backpack and the contents that seem to have spilled out in the struggle. Some CDs and cassettes, a now broken bottle of Jack Daniels, and a sketchbook with the pages splayed open. We zoom in as they take a picture of the sketchbook. Several drawings of the same pretty young girl sketched across the page. Such care in the details of the face, the slight upturn of the nose, the meticulous sculpted Cupid's bow, small glitter in the eye. Kind of care one only shows to something they hold dear, something they love. The name Priscilla is printed neatly at the top with a heart next to it.